Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the first chapter of economics, that is development. Before I start, I would like to tell you, please keep your textbook in your front and the points which we discuss, please underline and learn it. Secondly, I'm going to send you an assignment sheet, a worksheet, and you'll find out the answer of all these questions in my class. So closely see textbook and the assignment sheet. So let us define the term development first. Development means the progress. Any kind of progress we call development. If that development is progress, what are the characteristic features of development? First of all, I'll tell you the three characteristic features, then I'll explain all these 3 points. Number one, the concept of development vary from person to person. Second, different persons can have different developmental goal or aim. Third, what may be development for one may not be development for the other, even it may be destruction. These are the 3 characteristic features of development. Let us take it one by one. The concept of development vary from person to person. Let us take an example of a farmer. According to him, the development is getting more agricultural production. For a student, his or her development means getting a good score, good grade, good rank. For a laborer, his development means getting daily job. For unemployed person, development means getting an employment. So the concept of development vary from person to person. The second feature, different persons can have different developmental goal, or they may have mix of goals, aims. People's developmental aim is different. At the same time, some of them have mix of it, not one, maybe different. So for example, student's aim is getting a good grade. Along with that, he may have some other developmental aim also. Farmer aim is getting more production. It does not mean that only he wants more production, he wants some other aim also in his life. So there's a mix of aim or goal. Third, what may be development for one may not be development for the other. It even may be destruction. Please understand this third point. What may be development for one may not be development for the other. That may be even destruction. I would like to give an example for this feature. When the central government and Delhi government started constructing metro lines, for some people it was development, for some people it was not development, for some people it was destruction. A person who stay far away from metro line, for him or her, it was not a development. For the persons who resides near the metro line, it is a development. And those persons whose house and shops were under the metro line, for them, it was a destruction. So, what may be development for one may not be development for the other, even it may be destruction. You can write an example of metro, or even you can go for the textbook example, Sardar Sarovar dams. The height of the dam, government wanted to increase for more generating electricity, for industrial progress, but the people refused it, because if the dam's height is going to be increased, the area nearby will get submerged in water. So for some it is development, for some it is destruction. The another concept, when we turn the pages of the textbook, you'll find that the other concept is national development. We are more concerned with the national development. What is the most important criterion for the development? The most important criterion is income. Without income, there is no development. In that case, let us define what is national income. Listen very carefully, the national income definition. It's a sum total of goods and services produced within a country and income coming from abroad. I repeat, the sum total of goods and services produced within a country and income coming from abroad. Then there is another concept called per capita income or average income. Per capita income means income per head. How to calculate the average income or per capita income? Total income of a country divided by total population of a country. Then you will get the average income. As I told you, the most important criterion for development is income. That is why the World Bank classified different countries on the basis of income. According to World Bank, they classified countries into 3 categories depending upon income: the most developed countries, and developing countries. Then a question comes, is the income only criterion for development? Answer is no. Then what are the other criteria? Along with income, health, literacy are essential for development. If a person is having a lot of income, he is not having health, then there is no use of the income. So the criteria for development is income, health, and literacy. The United Nations Development Program, normally we call UNDP, classify different countries on the basis of income, health, and literacy. I hope you understand the difference between the calculations of World Bank and UNDP. World Bank calculate on the basis of income only, whereas UNDP calculate on the basis of income, health, and literacy. When we talk about UNDP's classification, it requires income. We discussed about national income and average income. The second one is health. When we talk about health, 2 concepts must be very clear. Number 1, infant mortality rate, we call it is IMR. What is IMR? Number of children die before attaining the age of 1 per 1,000 live birth. IMR is defined as like this: number of children die before the age of 1 per 1,000 live birth. Second concept is life expectancy at birth. The average lifespan is calculated when a child is born. Life expectancy at birth is the average expected lifespan of a person that is calculated at the time of birth. When we talk about literacy, again 2 concepts is very important. Number 1, literacy ratio. The proportion of literate person at the age group of 7 and above. Proportion of literate person in the age group of 7 and above. Literate person means a person who is able to read and write a meaningful sentence in any one of the languages, who is 7 and above. Second is net attendance ratio. Total number of children of the age group 6 to 10 attending the school as percentage of total number of children in that age group. Total number of children of the age group 6 to 10 attending the school as a percentage of total number of children in that age group. Okay. And UNDP publishes a report every year that is called Human Development Index, HDI. And HDI is calculated on the basis of income, literacy, and health. Every year, UNDP publishes the report of HDI, and you need to find out the rank of India or other countries when they publish it. And we finally conclude the chapter with the last question, that is called sustainable development. When we talk about sustainable development, 3 points must be kept in mind. Number one, development without harming the environment. Second, keep some available resources for the coming generation. Third, use the available resources in a judicious way. So in your textbook, there are 2 examples given. One is the underground water, and second one, oil reserve, that you can study, read and learn it. So we have discussed about the development concept, and I have given one assignment sheet. Please try to find out the answer of this question, and when we next class we'll discuss a second chapter.